Good morning, everybody. Happy Wednesday, and welcome to a review of Don't My Friend's Little Sister Has a Thing for Me. Make sure I got the right title here because, there's been a lot of confusion here. Yep, got it. My Friend's Little Sister Has It In For Me, episode 5. You know, this is a flashback episode, the conclusion of the flashback that we get to see Oraha meet Akatiro as, what made her who she is. It's one of those like fate. It's one of those like, oh my gosh, this happens for a reason. Or one of those, there's a reason behind the character. You ever notice when you watch anime, there's always a certain line where the character has something, a possession of theirs, and you always ask yourself, how did they get that? How did they get that? Like, what makes them who they are? And how did they get all those kind of things? Like, for example, how did she get the key? How did she get the headphones? What makes them because who they are? And like in anime, we see how they possess or get those kind of not weapons, uh, items of their own to point out like, oh, so that's how he or she got this from them. See, this is what I like about flashbacks in anime because you get to learn about them as to why they did this. Now if their flashback is stupid, that's on them. If they want to live in the Lululand, that's on you. But having this episode with Aura's backstory as to why she did this and how she transformed to a shy type, don't give a F face to a gullible gal. That's what we got. So I'm gonna go off the deep end here because I gotta go to work. But I want to get this video out the way to understand this show. Understand this episode. Now that I've been on episode 5, we're almost done with this. Let's just say things are gonna get better afterwards. So without further ado, let's get right to it. The review of My Friend's Little Sister Has a Thing for Me, episode 5. And yes, this is the flashback episode. So in the words of Cosmo from the Fairly Odd Parents, yay, flashback! Okay. Now, we get to see this episode is mostly covering the flashback of Uraha, how she became part of the Fifth Girl Alliance, even though she wasn't even part of it. That's what it was. So, she's trying to be a delinquent, just move away, don't give a care, don't do any of that, those kind of things. She doesn't have that life. But leave it to Akatiro and Ozuma and Ozu decide, yes, Ozu's the brother and Era's the sister. Leave it to Akatiro and Ozu decide to make games. But one thing I like about Akatiro is that he opened up for Ozu to be more open with the games and having just a blast, understanding the importance of gaming and just the bond that he has. Because remember, he was just a shut-in. Not a shut-in, but more like, hey, he goes to school, didn't make any friends. He comes right home and just messing with technology. But he never had any friends until Akatiro came to his life. So he stepped up to the plate. On the flip side, though, Uraha and her friend decide to like play some games. Tachibana, I think it was Tachibana. Yeah, decided to play some games, and they like in the game, but nothing really spectacular. Remember, this is their first gaming project, so it's not like anything big happened. Okay, now, the blonde hair rebel gal, she likes it, but Uraha doesn't like it. She doesn't like this idea. She just wanted to be left alone. But then something miraculously happened that changed her life. Akatiro hearing voices in the park when she's like, hey yo. I'm sorry. I just like the dialogue with with Aura saying, yo, what's the deal? Yo. And you hear, and it's like these personas. Like Akatiro is hearing these characters like, wow. And it turns out it's Urha. And it's just Urha in the park. Because she's playing like 3 different characters in one. She has a gift of voice acting. She has a miraculously gift of voice acting. That's her talent. She's good at making character voices. And she could portray, it's like her voice acting is so good that if you make a video game and your video game characters of 5 characters in the video game, she could do all 5. You see what I'm saying? That's that. Now, her backstory is so messed up, I can't even understand it. It's like she loves anime much as us. And she likes to do voice acting and poses, those kind of things, like that, like we all do in anime. You know, we always want to do like the Naruto thing, you know, that kind of thing, and portray voices behind the background character. We get to do all of that, you know, voice acting. But when her mom came in, she was flabbergasted. She's like, oh, "What?" And it made her upset. It made her upset. It's like it's going back to My Dress Up Darling season 2. You know, when the mother saw, I remember one of the episodes, I forgot. It was one of the episodes in season 2 of My Dress Up Darling, where the mother saw her daughter reading manga and anime stuff and just throw it in the trash. And that was disrespectful for a mother to do, because she likes that stuff, but she just throw it out. I'm looking at this segment here, and it's the same damn thing. Our mother was so gaspy. She's like, and because of that, she got rid of the TV. There is no TV. All because one girl was influenced by anime and literally decides to, like, screw it, throw it out. We don't need a TV. That's just wrong. If there's one thing I know, is that anime helps you become who you are. If you like it, go for it. If you like the voice acting, the animations, the drawings, the musics, go into the anime life. But don't throw everything, don't throw a TV out just because, oh, my daughter's doing all these voice acting poses. Get out of here. But yeah, but I love Akitu's motive to help, or like, be open and just don't listen to your parents. Just I have your back. It's more like, I have your back no matter what. We're gonna continue doing voice acting. We're gonna continue doing this. We will make everything great. We'll make sure you have the perfect life. And Akitu is bringing up the. I like how he brings up Ozuma and Uraha together, because those two have been separately, not like talking to each other and all that stuff. All they do is go home and just go into their own rooms and don't talk. But Akito is just bringing them. It's like this gaming project he has done since the beginning has allowed the brother and sister to be together and talking and playing and have these ideas for video games. He's done it. He's done it. And it made Aura more likable in terms of like a 360 from a don't care to this one. And remember I said everything happens for a reason. And we got to see Ulta, the one with the lollipop. We found out where to get all their music from, like in the stores, because apparently her grandparents gave Ulta money to invest in a studio, in a storage with all the studios that do voice acting. And seeing Aura doing voice acting, it's really great. I mean, she finally have that kind of dream to do some voice acting, which makes sense now. We see how it goes, and she's really happy about it. Also, the fact that we got to see why she got the headphones, because if you go back to the episodes, you see her with the headphones. Now we get to see how she got the headphones. It was a gift. Akitiyo gave her the gift of the headphones. Not only that, the spare key. Because the first episode, I didn't really think about how she got. Look, the first episode, I was confused. Like, how did she get in? Did she get a key or anything like that? Like, how did she go? He goes to his apartment. How did she go to his apartment? We found out that Akatsuki made a spare key. That he made a spare key to Uraha. So in case she needs more voice acting lessons or anything like that, he's there. Now I got a feeling. Look, I know folks are already thinking about this, but can you imagine if Mashiro find out? If Mashiro found out that Uraha has a key, has a spare key, Mashiro, Mashiro ain't gonna play that game. She's like, how come she gets the key and I don't have a spare key? You see what I'm saying? That's going to linger everything. So I hope that I know in future episodes, I hope we don't see that kind of confrontation, but it might come to fruition. We'll still see. But I like how this. But again, this flashback episode makes a whole lot of sense. And understanding more about Uraha's character, how she got the headphones, how she got the spare key to go to his apartment every time. Now we see more of that. And Akatiro don't even care about him being like in a rom-com harem. I mean, like, come on, look at him. You really think he cares? No. He helps. One thing I like about him is that he helps everybody. He helps everybody. I mean, like, he got he got Ozu and Oroha together, talking more, and Ozu has a best friend now. He has a best friend in Nakatira. Like, you gotta respect this guy. You gotta respect him. He even changed Manshiro. So what I'm saying is this. Overall, though, this episode was really, really good because it gave us something to learn about Oroha's character, her backstory, what makes her into what got her into voice acting, why she got the headphones, why she got the key, why she's like this. Because remember, she went from a no face having girl to like an energetic, happy go lucky gal, and you gotta give her props for that. But like I said, Akitiro, you're a great man. He is a great guy, and he loves to help others, especially with this scene. So I do applaud for that. Now, like I said, this was a flashback episode, everybody. So right now, we're gonna go right into the present. So we can't wait to see more where this goes. So thank you for watching this episode of review of this. I look forward for next week's episode, and I'll see you soon.